That was the first thing I thought when
We're live again.
Hey, we're back.
You
We're
guys,
still drying this just to make sure, as I told you before, that when I did the cabinet and I dried it and didn't let it heal or anything, the transfer kind of sucked and peeled some of the paint off.
so Bobby called in the middle of our broadcast and it disconnected us, so I apologize. It really feels like Friday the 13th to me today, Melissa. Does it feel like it to you?
You know, Friday the 13th, I always thought was like eerie, but it's actually Stephanie's favorite day.
Why?
Because she even got married on Friday the 13th. I think
Oh.
she was born on Friday the 13th.
She was born
So
on
it's
Friday
like a
the 13th?
lucky thing for her. But
All right.
here's the transfer.
Yeah.
Here's how it comes in these long cardboard tubes.
Here it is. If
We
you
pop
guys
that
are
out.
just finding us, you might want to watch the beginning again because we got abruptly disconnected by
Yes.
the Friday the 13th situation. Bobby called, and I guess if he calls again, we just ignore it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, so Bobby, if you're watching, don't call us.
Yeah, don't call us, Bobby.
No, just come in and see us.
So
People
what do
are
you
dying
think?
to see you.
So
Okay,
we're
so-
gonna cut it up?
So anyway, we'll cut that up, but also the other thing that comes in this tube is this handy dandy little plastic rubbing stick. And this is what you're going to use to like rub it on.
I think this one piece right here could go across the top this way. What do you think?
Wait, hold it back again.
So
Let's
see, Melissa never agrees with
Okay.
anything that I think. So this should be interesting because we don't have Stephanie as the mediator.
As the mediator,
Yeah.
I actually, wait, pull it back one more. I know we have two, but
Oh, do we?
no. Oh, I thought that was one. But look at this piece is long and not so broken up. Or we just go for it and
We could put
and
it
just
like
do
this.
it.
What if we like make it like, cause I don't like straight lines. Like what if we make it start like this and kind of go this way or this way? Cause I like things kind of, breaking out of the
Let me
mold.
see some of the long ones on the side too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that those are different color now, not just
Yeah.
black silhouette.
So I'm thinking that we just kind of have it like caressing the edges and we leave these things to be their own things. And then
Okay.
we just like, maybe we just cut out the different elements and have them, you know what I mean? Just kind of like coming out like this on
Like
each,
this?
like as if it were like doing this,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And then we just let this be
Okay.
and see how that works out.
Yeah.
So we'll just cut out like individual chunks
Okay.
and go
Oh,
for it.
look at the sweet peas.
I know, I love it.
So cute.
All right, so
All
let's
right.
get the scissors.
All
This
right,
is
I'm
always
going
the
to
part
get
you want to
another
be
rubbing
careful with
stick.
because you don't want the backing to come off and have it stick to
Oh,
itself.
I love this one. It's like it has nothing connected, so you could even just cut around
Oh,
this
yeah.
and put it
Do we have
in a
scissors?
corner or
do
somewhere.
we
Yeah,
have-
you
Are
have
you
your
gonna
scissors.
do-
Here's your stick. I'm gonna go grab
So
another one.
are you guys gonna put like the transfers like in all these grooves?
Maybe. I usually like to go over even like the knobs and stuff
Mhm.
because I want it to look like,
Looks like
especially with
challenging.
flowers, I like it to look like it's actually growing on the piece and interweaving itself. So I'm just following these grid lines. Can they see me cutting? I'm going to cut off the first piece here.
It's buffering right now.
Buffering. Great. You know what? I am
got
not a fan of Friday the 13th.
No. No, it's not.
Yeah, we've had technical issues, definitely. This is part 2. If you didn't see part 1, link it down below after the broadcast is over. Okay, but I've got this piece and I don't want it to be a straight line. So I'm going to start, I'm probably going to start like down here and come up and over. And I might just go ahead and pre-snip it so that I can bend it.
Nothing's happening. If it's buffering, does that mean that
It
it's
means
even
that
taping?
it's
Is it even
it's
taping you
a-
right now, or is anything?
it just means that it's a poor connection, but from here it looks okay, so it may just be for that individual person. Because
Maybe
everybody
just-
has a different
Let's see with my phone, maybe it's different.
So I've got the backing still on. I'm gonna remove the backing. And I am going to start right about here.
Yeah, now it's good. I think it's her phone. It's still mine.
Yeah. A lot of times it's like it's not just our connection, but every person who's watching has
Right.
their own connection issues. So it could be anything, and when you have hundreds of people watching, chances are somebody's gonna have an issue.
Zoe says, good morning from New Mexico and Ireland. My sister is visiting and watching with me. She says this channel is really popular back home.
In which place? I would assume New Mexico.
Yeah, I think she's in New Mexico and her sister's visiting from Ireland.
Oh, awesome. Hi, Zoe. I hope you guys, can they see me?
Yep.
I'm way down here.
Ooh,
Let me see.
Wendy sent a super chat.
Oh,
They
Wendy.
can't see you.
They can't?
You can see.
Wendy,
They can
thank you.
Yeah, they can see. Well, they can't see you, but they can see your hand
Okay.
working, but they don't see the back of your head or anything.
They
That's
can't
so
see.
weird because in the camera right here, I don't see her.
See, look.
Yeah.
Look. Can you see her? This is covering it, but you can see her.
Can you guys see
yeah,
this?
I can. Okay, now it's my turn to put something.
Vintage Sin, can you see what Debbie's doing right now? Her hands working?
So,
Are we gonna go up both ways?
Cobweb sees your hands.
Cobweb afternoon. I love that girl. She's always here. Cobweb, does she have a wrench? I think we gave her a wrench. Have we had any troll issues?
I haven't seen any trolls.
Good. Okay.
Okay,
So-
Vintage Sin can see you now.
Good. I hope the angle is not inappropriate.
Cobweb says she'd love a wrench.
Okay. I will have to do that. I thought we gave, there's not a wrench next to your name, Cobweb? I thought we already gave her one.
Vintage Sin has a wrench.
Okay. Cobweb, we will do that for next time. I have to have my computer open to give it to you. Alright, so see how it's starting to go on, but I don't want it to go on in a straight line. So I'm kind of making it twist as I go with it. And I could cut it right here and redirect it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna,
Okay, are you gonna continue up with this one?
yeah. I'm gonna patch that one in. I cut that one first.
Okay.
Are you gonna put one on, Melissa?
I have. Tell me where you're gonna do this, because I cut this one out too.
Oh, I like that.
So, if you want this to come,
I was thinking we
this
could make
one
it
can go
like
over
we
the
could
edge, or
connect it and make it look like it's growing.
okay,
like
because
however-
you wanted it to grow this way and then up this way,
Just
right?
organically. I just didn't want a straight line. I don't like straight lines. I like wavy. I like movement. Oh, you're gonna need that.
Thank you. I want to.
Okay, Melissa's up
Oi.
there. I'm down here, and we're gonna somehow meet in the middle.
Green-eyed lady is wondering if
Green-eyed
that
lady.
hard cabinet is going to look too busy after adding the transfers to it.
It might. You never know. You just never know. That's the beauty of art. Is you just
No,
know
it's
what you-
not. It's Julie. It's not Danielle. I kind of do look like Danielle from this angle, don't I?
Here's the thing, green-eyed lady. I went to a business conference, and I was there for 3 days, and the one thing that stuck in my mind, I was taking notes the whole time, is this guy who said, failure is the most data-rich experience you can have. And often you learn more
Very true.
from your failure than you do from your success. So if this ends up being too busy, we will have learned.
Yep.
But I don't think it's going to be, because we're going to let these molding pieces kind of be on their own, and it's just going to hug the edges. But if it ends up that way, you know, it's like, and then my acting coach used to say to me, if you want to be an Olympic swimmer or gymnast, you don't learn it by watching it on TV or reading books about it. You have to actually do it. So I want to know if this will turn out good with the transfer or not. And the only way to find out is to actually do it. So there's my answer. But it's a challenge for sure, because when you have details in a piece of furniture, you want those details to not fight with the other details that you're adding to it. You want it to all synchronize and harmonize. Like, what do I say all the time, Melissa, about when we're taking a picture of something?
You need to make whatever you're taking the picture of the star of the show.
Yeah. So when you're taking a picture of your furniture, you want the furniture to be the star of the show. And sometimes when I see furniture that's staged and there's so many props and there's like, they want to add a really cool background, and the furniture ends up getting lost in the whole staging and background and everything. So yeah, it's definitely something to consider, especially when you have a piece that's this detailed.
Wendy wants to know if you can paint over the transfers if you don't care how it turns out.
I guess you could.
I would totally sand them up.
Yeah, you could distress them. You guys, you're not having any faith in us? You think it's not going to turn out?
Or are you just making conversation?
Okay, so I'm going to piece this one in here. This was a straight line, but I'm going to piece it in right about here. And you can kind of rub it with your fingers to get it to stay in place. But I'm only going to go up so far because I think I'm going to make that bend again. Are they able to see?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions?
Would you consider painting a piece in the bone inlay style using stencils?
Bone inlay. I don't know what that is.
Bone inlay style using stencils. I don't know what that means. Lolly, can you rephrase that?
I know what I've seen bone inlay furniture.
What does that look like? I've never even heard that term.
Like I know like people will inlay, you know, like when they cut out pieces of wood and inlay it, not the whole art form in itself.
Yes.
And I think they do that with bone. But I don't know how you would, I guess you would like stencil to make it look like bone.
Green-eyed lady
I
says,
guess,
don't
you know-
get me wrong, Debbie, I have faith in you. Zoe wants to know if DIY paints are flammable. Asking because my sister can carry non-flammable paints in her checked baggage when she flies home.
Oh, you know, I'll tell you that when I was traveling, I put the paint in a Ziploc bag and then I stuck it in a box in my suitcase. And when I got there, the box had been opened and checked, but they didn't remove the paint.
I don't think you could take paints
So I don't believe
with your
ours is
check-in
actually
because it's going to be too
flammable.
large.
You can't
take,
check it. You can.
Yeah.
You have to
can,
put it in your,
Yeah, you have to check it. You
Yeah.
can't do a carry-on.
yeah,
Right.
you
That's
can't
what I
carry
mean.
on. But our paint is about the cleanest paint that you can get. It's 9 ingredients, and I've traveled with it. And it's actually not even classified as paint because there are no chemicals in it. It's not flammable. It's as clean as it gets. So if any paint could travel, it would be this one. But you can't put it in your carry-on because of the liquid factor.
Right.
could-
You can only
you could
take
check
2 ounces of each substance, and they all have to fit in a quart-sized Ziploc bag.
Okay, she said,
For your
thank you, that
carry-on.
answered my
Yes,
question.
for your carry-on.
But for your check, you can do more, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Sandra says Steph. Oh, is she talking to somebody else? I don't understand this. Steph, just work on the other side maybe. I don't know what that means.
Oh, is she confusing one of us with Stephanie?
Maybe. Green-eyed lady says,
Oh,
I think
this
she
guy.
means the heavily boned inlaid furniture from India.
Oh. Like to try and mimic that with stencils?
Oh, or to try to go over the top of it?
I'd have to see a picture to know if I could do it or not. From visual.
We're very visual.
Words don't always get through to my brain. Okay, so here it is, coming at you. You think most people found us after we got disconnected?
We've got 163 people watching, so it looks like everybody's.
And I put a leaf over the top of it. So I'm just kind of breaking it a little bit with my fingernail and this tool. So I will get really good adhesion and not have like bubbles coming up under the places, the indented places.
I was wondering how you were going to do that. So I got a lot of little nooks and crannies on there.
Yeah.
A lot of times if there's gaps going over the details, you can fill it in with a tiny paintbrush and some paint in the same color. Right? I do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a recorded video coming out soon?
I do. It was supposed to come. I'm supposed to be doing one every Wednesday, but I got sick, and so this Wednesday's video or last Wednesday's video is being pushed to next Wednesday.
Yeah, but
But-
don't worry. It's
Ask
totally
the
going to be
question
worth
again, I
waiting
don't see
for. They always are.
I tried. I just was so sick. I could barely. Like even when you're not sick, making a video takes all your brain. It's like doing calculus or something. It takes a lot of brain power, at least for me. So try doing it when your brain is just like jello and you're having trouble breathing. It's next to impossible.
Okay, so there's my first piece. It's just kind of dripping down off of the top corner. And I'm just going along with my finger and my fingernail, cutting all the little edges where it might gap.
Tara,
And then,
oh, I'm sorry,
oh.
go ahead.
Then I'm just going to take the same piece that was protecting it from sticking to itself, and I'm just going to rub it, burnish it a little bit. Make sure the adhesion is really good.
Do you guys like that? The fact that it's not straight?
I
I
do.
think it turned out good.
When you said that, I was like, what is she talking about? I really didn't know what you meant. But yes, I love that.
Okay, so where is that thing? What else can we put on?
Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Tara wants to know, I am on a disability budget. If I could get 2 molds to add to furniture, which 2 would you say would be a good start?
Oh my gosh.
I think that's all up to your personal
It is. I love
preference
the new,
and
oh my gosh, what's the new one that starts with the A?
The acanthus.
The
scroll
acanthus. I love the acanthus scroll.
Or the classic elements.
I love Monarch and He Loves Me. Those are my favorite molds right now. Those are
is really good.
oh my gosh.
It's daisy, and so if you like that light, whimsical kind of stuff, the daisy one is really great.
You should go online and look at all of them and just kind of like eliminate them and just pare them down to the bare minimum ones that you like the best, and then you're gonna have to make the hard task of picking the 2. Suzanne once says, I am here every week and super chat $10 each time. Can I get a wrench?
Yeah, Suzanne, we'll give you a wrench. I have to have my computer with me to give people wrenches. I can't do it from my phone. So come back next week. I'll have my computer and we'll do it.
Hey, Suzanne, I don't even have a wrench.
Thank you for the super chat. And you don't have to do a super chat to get a wrench. We just have to trust you and know that you're gonna not say anything inappropriate.
Yeah, and you're gonna get rid of our trolls.
And get rid of our trolls. So I've got this piece.
I'm standing back looking at it, and I think that with the green, it's so subtle and nice that somebody suggested that rubbing gold, whatever it is, it might look good on like some of the highlighted spots. I don't know. It does take on a goldy kind of effect right now, though. So we might not.
Susan says you need a close-up shot, can't see it, and Lori's saying it's hard to see the transfer. It doesn't really pop.
Yeah.
So it's hard to.
If the camera's not close enough.
I wonder, could I take a picture with my
really
phone
subtle.
and post it on here? Would that work?
Yeah. Let's see. We'll get closer. We could try getting closer, you guys. Let's see. How about that? Because we're moving up higher. Every time I mess with this thing, we risk the phone falling down. And we've already had so much technical difficulty today that,
Yeah, I think you can. That's much better. I can see it on my phone.
I just don't know if the phone's gonna stay put.
Lori says that's better.
All right. If it falls, it's Lori's fault.
It's cutting off right here, though. That's where the.
Yeah, well, we can only do what we can do. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this piece, because this is so intricate, I'm gonna cut like smaller sections and kind of patch them in, because I want it to kind of frame these things. So I have this piece cut, but I think I'm gonna cut it down even further. And Melissa, where are you?
I am over here deciding. I'm trying to figure out
After
what
that
to
one,
get.
after that one comment, now I'm all nervous
these.
that it's gonna look too busy.
No, I'm not nervous. I just want to be able to do something that's still going to frame these
Yeah, because we don't want
little spots.
We don't want to fight with those, right?
Right. So
I'm thinking.
Oh, something happened to the phone. Is off.
Oh yeah. See,
Something-
that's what it moves on its own. Yeah, this is
Zoe?
why. Like we put it up and it's like precarious.
Zoe wants to know if she can show the link to the bone inlay stencils she's used with the DIY paint.
She would hashtag us on Instagram
Okay.
and use the hashtag Debi's Design Diary, and we'd be able to see it that way. There's no way, unfortunately, for YouTube doesn't give you the capability to share anything, which I wish they would. And Facebook isn't that great about it either. So I'm thinking maybe right here, or maybe down here in the corner, but nobody can, oh yeah, you can still see
I
that.
vote for down there
Yeah,
in
I
the
think in
corner.
the corner is better. All right, I'm going back down to the corner, which you won't be able to see because I just moved the camera.
Shelby says, Debbie, please don't be nervous and just ignore those comments. What you
Oh, no,
create
the
is
comment-
always awesome.
The comment was a great one. You know, you always think about those things. I'm always second guessing and trying to prevent disaster because nobody wants to work that hard and feel bad about how it looks.
Here.
So,
Oh, here's your stick.
I mean, that's one thing that I have learned from the mistakes that I've made. It's like, if I would have just thought about this first,
Right.
then I could have prevented this.
Sometimes
but-
you can't. Sometimes you don't see it until after.
Yeah.
And that's part of the whole learning thing, like what you were talking about before.
Yeah.
You know? You What is that saying
So
about?
are we really going to accentuate this side?
So I'm thinking that the flowers will just kind of like, this is how I picture it. The flowers are saying, oh, look at these. So the flowers will be kind of growing up and around and
So
going
we're
like
going to be
this.
going around both doors, not just like the one side
Yeah,
and the corner thing.
yeah. I mean, or we could like have like a situation up here trailing down and a situation here kind of trailing up. So it's like two, and they
Okay.
sort of meet in the middle. I don't know. There's like so many possibilities. What do you guys think? This is the creative process. You kind of start, you don't know until you start. Like, I think that's one of the things that I struggle with. It's like, well, I've never done this before. Well, I'll just put it off
What about that?
and not do it at all because
Melissa?
I don't know what's going to happen. But you will never
about
know what's
regular
going to happen
ones?
until you actually do it.
But
So don't be
what?
afraid to try. You won't know unless you try. And yeah, you guys, can you see me?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe.
Got it.
I want to
Yes.
lower the camera so you can
So
see
they're
this
all-
better,
the stem is bent over.
but I'm afraid that the camera will fall. But you know what? I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to try it.
It still would work though.
Let's see. Here we go. We're going down, 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 down. There. Is that better? Are people still watching? Question. Oh, we have a question. Okay. There we go.
Question 1 and 2 earlier. Where did you find your furniture pieces? What is the average guess of what you pay for the piece?
I got this piece at Consignment Classics. It's a chain of consignment stores in San Diego. Melissa actually sells DIY paint at one of them. We like Kobe Swap Meet for really good deals and yard sales. It depends. Do you have more time than money or less time than money? Because I like Consignment Classes because I can go there and I know I'll find a piece. And I
Yeah.
know it's reasonably priced. But if I don't have a lot of money, and I have more time, then I'll go to Kobe Swap Meet or yard sales and search because you'll definitely get better deals that way, but you have to look harder and spend more time. So it just depends. But Melissa, why don't you tell them about your space?
Well, my space, I have this big, amazing cabinet in one of the showrooms. So the Consignment Classics down on Kurtz on Rosecrans behind Kobe Swap Meet is huge. It's made up of 4 different showrooms. So I am in the back and I have this awesome cabinet that Debi actually found and bought there. And
Oh my God,
she's
that
like,
cabinet is
it
so
would
cool.
be perfect for your paint display. So we went down there, Stephanie, Debi, myself, and Danielle, and we painted it. And we used some of the new colors that cherry picked in there and Salty Kiss. It looks amazing. And there's pictures on Missy Paints the World on Facebook if you want to check that out. I think there's also some on Debi's Design Diary on Facebook.
That's your
But-
Facebook, Melissa? Missy Paints the World?
Missy Paints the World.
Aren't you on Instagram too?
Yes, I am. But I was so blessed and had the most amazing time painting with these talented artists. So we kind of all got it done. We put more shelves in it. We added the paint. There's a little space there for me to add little kind of like tchotchkes. But it's just a cabinet. So it's probably like 10 feet wide.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, can I just say something? This big flower is totally easier to do than these little intricate little branchy things. It comes off the sheet a lot easier because it's one big chunk. Whenever you have to do the little intricate things, it takes more time. But don't you notice that when you have big?
Yeah, I am.
big
I'm just
pieces?
wondering, can they still see? They can
can't
just see
see
part
you.
of it?
Okay, so I'm gonna move the camera again so they can see what you're doing. More questions?
Yes. Meek Virginia wants to know how to paint synthetic Birkenstock shoes. Haven't found any videos or instructions for the type of material.
Virginia, do I have an answer for you? Here's what so in my life, I get questions of things I have never thought of before. Can you see me, Virginia? People ask me how to paint Birkenstock shoes. People ask me how to paint a microfiber sofa, a leather sofa. People want to know if they can paint their old prom dress from 1942. There's no way that I could possibly know any of those things. But here's what I do know. Every time I do a video, it's usually something I have never done before. And so what I usually do is like, I will think of something and I'll be like, I wonder how you do this. And I will get, if I'm not sure, and if I think it's gonna take a couple of tries, like say I wanted to paint this and I wanted it to look like a piece of fabric from the 1920s, like some old flapper dress, like something crazy like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do you know how to do that? You have the vision in your head, but you don't want to just start on the piece of furniture because chances are it's not going to come out right, right? So I will get a scrap piece of wood and I'll start playing around and I'll start testing it. So if you have Birkenstocks that you want to paint, I would try and find a fabric that's similar to what
Go
you're
to
going
the
to paint.
thrift shop and try
Yeah.
to find shoes
And
with
practice.
the same.
Yeah, like so
material.
with the velvet sofa that I painted, I ripped off the skirt because I knew I didn't want the skirt, and I practiced on the skirt fabric until I got it right. Or a lot of times I'll practice on the side piece of the furniture, like if it's a special finish and like if the piece has like a specific kind of wood and I don't think I can find scrap wood, I'll practice on the side until I get it right. But that's my answer to every question like that, is you gotta play around with it, you gotta test it, it's trial and error, and you just keep trying until you figure it out. Because I don't know. I've never painted Birkenstocks. So I don't know.
Could you give the name or website of the artist who designs and creates Debi's silver bracelet? Is Debi still selling bracelets?
Oh, we have
just got new
12 of
ones
them.
in.
We just got a whole bunch of new ones. If you go to our Facebook page, we showed all of them yesterday and we are shipping them out. We've sold a couple already.
Yeah, they're all
But we
numbered.
have-
Watch
yeah,
yesterday's live.
I wear mine every day. Melissa's got hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them all from yesterday's Facebook.
Oh, and we have new necklaces in the shop from a
Rita's
new
necklace.
artist, Rita Reed. So they're different colors. Watch the Facebook Live.
Yeah, because we have 12 of them.
Okay,
And they're
so
all
here I
one of
am.
a kind.
Just rubbing it down with my finger on these hard edges again. Making sure we're gonna get it to stick. Sometimes with all of these nooks and crannies and grooves, you have to just kind of work it in there like you would with maybe clay, molding clay.
Do you like push the transfer down into the groove and like?
So
what I mean?
So
Like
I
do.
just cut these apart, and I think I'm going to kind of make this one right about
Sometimes it'll
there.
break. So you can go back in with paint and touch it up. Or you can just leave it and distress it and maybe even come back with a little piece of sandpaper and distress it even more. But then I always remember to burnish it after I have it all set where I want it.
Why do you burnish it?
I burnish it just so the adhesion is so much better.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's little tiny ends to your leaves or vines and they don't always stick as well. Or they might just come off with the paper as you're rubbing in the middle and it comes off next to it, but it doesn't get stuck to your piece.
Yep.
Zandra wants to know, or she says, thank you for the inspiration for the mermaid ornaments. I've been making a lot for gifts.
Oh, yeah, I love those mermaid ornaments. They're so much fun to make. Did she use the clay or the resin? Because you could totally use the clay, and it would probably be easier to use the clay, but I didn't because That particular mold, if you don't have cornstarch, the arms get all stretched out when you pull them out,
Oh.
and then the
Yes.
arms end up looking like creepy looking.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
so
hard
and
to get out sometimes.
I didn't have any cornstarch, so I used the resin. But if you have cornstarch, clay is way easier to use than resin is, and it's not toxic. So that's one thing I didn't say in my video.
D8 says she would do a little florals in the middle of each door, green with a small hint of bright color. And please pretend it is at least a bit cold over there. Greetings from Croatia.
Oh my goodness.
Pretend it's cold. I actually am feeling cold.
I got a sweater on.
So here's a funny.
I'm chilly.
Here's a funny thing. I was getting ready to go to Ohio and I was looking at the weather app and it said it was going to be like 35 degrees. So I'm like, what is that? What is 35 degrees? I've never even known what that is.
Really?
No.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm like, I didn't know how to pack. I had no idea like how to prepare for 35 degrees. So I'm like, okay, Debbie, next time you feel cold, look at your phone and see what the temperature is. So then you can gauge, this feels cold to me, this is how much colder it's gonna be. So we were closing up the shop, it was like 6 o'clock at night, the sun had just gone down, and me and Stephanie were like, oh, it's so cold, I gotta get my jacket on, I gotta go inside, and we're all like, brr, brr. And so I'm getting in my car, and I'm gonna turn on the seat heater, and I'm like, oh, Debbie, remember, you feel cold right now, because I only feel cold like 3 times a year anyway. And I'm like, look at your phone, find out what the degrees is, so that you can have a reference point to what 35 degrees is. Do you want to know how cold it was, Melissa? Do you want to guess?
64 degrees.
It was 60 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, oh man,
That's
I am
funny.
like I am in so much trouble. Like if 60 degrees
Like
feels cold to me, then like 35.
Tights, long underwear,
Yeah.
jeans.
Connie says, help. When I tuned in, I got a note that said I had a moderator blocked. I have no idea who I would have blocked. Who were the moderators so I can fix this?
A moderator blocked.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
She got a note that said she had a moderator block. I have no idea who I would have blocked. Who were the moderators so I can fix this?
Does that person have a wrench?
Does she have a
No,
wrench,
Connie H.
I don't know, but if we can read your comment, then you're not blocked. Like,
Yeah.
If we had blocked you by mistake, then we wouldn't be able to read your comment. So I don't know what that means. It could be something totally unrelated to our channel. Could have to do with YouTube. I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't.
Where can I find Live with the Bracelets is on Debbie's Design Diary on Facebook.
Yeah, yesterday's live. Yeah. And if you're interested in the bracelets, called, where's that piece of paper where we had the number? It's 222-2989. You can call the store and place them. You can call the store and we'll take your order over the phone. It's $7 to ship to you if you're anywhere in the United States, even Hawaii.
Should I go get it?
If you are outside of the United States, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be around $30 just to ship. But we are shipping the bracelets and the necklaces, and the shipping is just for how much we can fit in the flat rate envelope. So if you order more than one, the shipping is still just the $7.
Connie says, no, I am not blocked. It says I blocked a moderator, meaning I won't see the moderator's comments.
I don't know.
That's probably something on your end that
Yeah,
you kind
maybe
of got to look
you-
at your settings or something.
Maybe there was somebody you didn't like, because I think you as individuals can say, I don't want to see this person's comments. And you can block on your own, so you would have to go into your settings. I think it should be going up
Well, mine.
or
this one?
diagonal. Yeah.
Do you think, a Purple Lily wants to know, do you think IOD transfers would consider making some transfers that would coordinate with some specific of the DIY paint colors?
I think that they already do.
I know. Check out
I
this
think
nice
that-
kissing booth.
Yeah, so many of their transfers already coordinate with our colors. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Don't you? Like our colors are like, we like to say that DIY paint and IOD go together like peanut
Yeah.
butter and jelly.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
like
go-
a
they
match
go.
made in heaven.
Yeah. We love IOD. Not just for their awesome products, but we love the IOD sisters and their whole business philosophy and the way they treat their retailers is very similar. I spent 3 days with them in South Carolina at a business conference, and they have such a heart for people and small business. They don't sell on Amazon just like we don't sell on Amazon. They really care about the people who are selling their products, and they really care about quality. So yeah, I feel like we already are matched up.
Hi
We
from
also need their address still.
To ship their pillows.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi from Sweden. Virtual hugs from Greece.
Oh, thank you.
All
What
over.
time is it? Are we? I have a feeling we're overtime.
It's 12. Oh wait, it's 12:13. Is that?
Oh, we are way over. We're only supposed to go from.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like an hour and 4. Or am I looking at a time? No, it's 12:13.
Wow. All right. Well, let's maybe go for 10. You guys want to watch for 10 more minutes? So I want them to see more of the transfer going on, and then maybe you guys can finish it on Facebook this afternoon. We'll take a few more questions if you have them, and then we're gonna have to get back to work.
Everybody's saying yes, 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 please, yes.
Yes, 10 more minutes.
We have more orders to ship today. Oh, did we hold up the phone number?
Oh, let me go get it.
Yeah, you guys give us a call if you wanna
It's
bracelet.
in with the record sales book.
I'm getting kind of chilly right now. The wind is blowing. Wonder
Yeah,
what's
it's starting to
what's the
pick up a
temperature?
little.
Look on your phone. I'm feeling cold right now, so we'll just tell you what the temperature is, so you guys know like what cold is to Southern California people.
Yes.
What is the tip? Can you guys guess what the temperature is?
Can you guess? It is 63 degrees.
Yep, and I feel chilly. I do. We got the
Interesting.
ocean breezes going on. Yeah.
All right, guys, here's the number to call and order the bracelets. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hold
if
up
you
the.
call right now, we'll answer the phone
Yeah.
on camera.
I will answer it, and I will take your order for the bracelets.
Yeah.
There you go. 858-222-2989.
Yeah. If you call in the next 5 minutes, I'll actually answer the phone live and say your name
Ooh.
on the YouTubes.
I'll go get
I
the
love
phone.
I love QVC for that reason. Like whenever, oh my gosh, look how
Oh,
no,
that's
that's
your
Melissa. That's Melissa's phone.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, don't you love it on QVC when people call in and they answer the phone live? It's like, this is Sally Joe from Crocomo.
Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Sally Jesse Raphael from Bangor, Maine. And I'm interested in those handy dandy choppers that will make salsa and keto cookies in the same 5 minutes.
Operators are standing by.
You know what? I feel like I need to put my sweater on.
Yeah, you're not painting anymore. You might as
Would
well.
that be rude?
Oh my gosh, look at this.
So there's
How close are we? I don't know if they can see the top of the
that
screen.
looks cool.
I know, look at, here's the leaf, but it just pulled the paint off. And
That's
the
what
leaf-
happens when the paint, yeah. So I think you even have to let the big top cure a little bit. That's why you want to let the paint cure. Like mine is kind of peeling back right here. Can you guys see how that's peeling back? But what you can do is take a tiny paintbrush and put more big top there and use it like glue. I'm going to do that right now.
Is it possible to stain or distress the transfers after application?
You can. You just want to be really gentle with them. I mean,
Oh.
you can. I've never tried staining, but you can distress the transfers. You just want to be really gentle. I don't know what staining would do. You would
And
have to
this.
do a test. Wow.
Wow,
Okay,
here we
have a
go.
collar.
And this now has
answering
the
it, right,
blue
Debi?
paint.
Yeah.
Here you go.
How do you answer the phone?
The green button.
DIY headquarters. This is Debbie. Oh, look, we have a super chat. Thanks,
Woo,
Susan.
thank you.
Woo-hoo. You do. Who is calling?
Oops, I held it up back.
Oh, Rhonda,
No,
it's
you
one of
held
my
it up right.
retailers, you
I said I
guys.
I
Rhonda,
did?
where do you live?
Hey,
in the-
Rhonda. Yeah, because I
US.
could read it perfectly
I
from
know.
the back,
Well, they-
from over
two
here.
people are
Oh,
saying
that's
it
not
in
far at all.
conference.
Do you remember?
Isn't that weird? I read it. I could see it.
Okay, we have Rhonda on the phone.
Does YouTube go normal?
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's probably it.
She's showing it both ways. Rhonda, tell us the name of your business so I can direct people to you. Rhonda is one of our retailers.
In what state?
She's in California, up in Northern California. Can you say it again, Rhonda? It's Fruitful Life Studio. She's in Exeter. Is that how you say it? Right in the middle of California, Fruitful Life Studio. So if you want DIY paint in Central California, you can go see Rhonda. She's on the phone right now. Rhonda, do you know which bracelet you want? Do we still have number 1, you guys?
I'll go look.
Julie's gonna go look. So yeah, Rhonda is one of our awesome retailers. If you go to DIYpaint.co and click Find a Retailer, you will find Rhonda's address. Can you tell us the address, Rhonda? 297 Spruce, 297 Spruce. It's at Rocky Hill Antiques in Exeter, California. We will put the link to her Facebook page in the description box after this is over. But we love to support our retailers. I'm so glad you called, Rhonda. So Julie's going in. How long have you been a DIY retailer? You guys, she just put the paint in her booth yesterday, so she has all of the colors.
Oh.
She just got a fresh shipment.
On the big ring where we're paying our keys.
Okay.
We're having trouble unlocking the thing. Brilliant to show front and back of handwritten sign. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on, Rhonda. We're going to see. I'm going to go inside with Julie and make sure that we can find that number 1. Melissa, if you want to explain what you're doing. And then we can find that.
Okay,
We'll hold it up and
I'm
make sure it's
still just piecing together the things that are going to kind of match up. Let me stand on this side. So you can see the top corner over here that I've done, and it's branching out both ways, across and down. Debbie's are growing up. Mine are growing down from the top. So I think that I am going to now put something over here. I loved this. I love the pink because it pops off of the blue. But I think that I'm going to put something up here on the corner now. So I'm going to step over here and show you what we have left.
Rhonda, is this the one that you want? Can you see it? It's got the 3 flowers. So these bracelets are made from old vintage silver trays and vintage leather belts. It's a size 6 3/8. Okay, awesome. Rhonda, I'm gonna give the phone to Julie and she's gonna take your information. Yeah, these are the cuffs. Okay, Julie, will you take Rhonda's info? We'll get it. Oh, you're coming to Waco. That's awesome. Oh, cool. I'm gonna be in Waco in June or May, something like that.
Here, can you
I gotta.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
she doesn't want. So we're gonna wipe it off with a baby wipe because I have germs. Julie doesn't want to get sick, and I
No,
don't
the
blame her.
phone. I want
Oh,
you
the
to put the phone there.
Oh, okay. I'm putting the phone
Debbie's
in the
germy
baby
today.
wipe. Hold on, Rhonda. Hopefully my germs won't come through the line. Yeah, wipe that really
Okay.
good. And then you might want to
All
wipe
right.
that too. Yeah. After being sick 3 times in a row, I do not blame anyone for like wiping down all the things.
Hold on.
Okay.
Right there.
So, thank you, Rhonda. So Julie is gonna ship that out today, you guys. And this, I'm just burnishing like Melissa said. Melissa, what are you doing over there?
I'm cutting another piece, and I think I'm going to
Oh, I
put one up on the corner.
really like what Melissa is doing. Okay. Can you guys see?
I don't want it to be too busy, so I don't know if something needs to still grow this way and hang down just a
feel
little
like
bit,
some greenery
or maybe
right
down
here,
the center.
and then maybe a little greenery here to kind of anchor it. I don't know. I think
Okay.
you're doing a great job. though.
I also have, well, I cut this one out, and I'm not sure if I want the top. We usually put something on the very top on one side.
Well, we can kind of have like.
So
I
what
like
are you
stuff
thinking?
To crawl. Oh yeah, that's good.
This, or should I just keep going, because it's almost the same flower, around the side with like the daisy pumping?
I would save this for later so that they can really see what you're doing here now.
Okay.
Like I feel like some kind of green should be coming like this. Oh, where is my sweater? I got this in Ohio while I was there at this
That's
cute little
awesome.
boutique. And it's like, it's got a handmade look to it. Do you guys see it? I like the blanket stitching on the edge and the big buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see? It's long. It goes way down there. But it's cute. Okay, scissors. Can we read more questions?
So we're running out of greenery. So I have the
We're running out of the
sweet
green.
peas. So I'm gonna try to cut up some of the sweet peas, maybe, and put it.
You want some of my greens?
What do you have?
I've got all of this.
You have something that looks good. That's gonna go.
Yeah.
So what does everybody think? I have sweet peas here that can somehow drape across here, or maybe this vine still. That vine looks a little more visible, like
Yeah.
you would be able to see it more. It looks thicker.
I feel like this might be good, or maybe just the vine part without the leaf. That's the great thing is you can puzzle piece this stuff together.
You know what else I like is that sometimes
Yeah.
you just don't need to use one stencil. You can buy.
Oh,
or,
I mix the transfers
yeah,
up.
you
Yes,
can
I
buy
do.
different ones and totally mix and match.
Yeah, and I save my scraps, and then I will meld them all together, like I did
In her
with the
special
bumblebee.
melding pot.
Yes, in my transfer melding pot. Like, did you guys see the bumblebee dresser? Where I just took,
Bumblebee tuna.
I took all these scraps that I had left over, bits and pieces, and I formed it. It was like a bumblebee made out of leaves and flowers.
It was like Frankenstein
I
into the
loved
best
it.
bumblebee ever.
It was so good.
That one sold right away too.
Yeah, you know who bought that is Vintage Sin.
Sin.
Cindy. She was like, she was on it.
She
Before
was.
anybody else had a chance. And when we heard later, like people are like, "Have you sold that?" And I'm like, "I have," but
Like it was sold before it even got to the store.
yeah, I like when that happens, because then we don't have to figure out where to put it.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to go back down there. I feel like
You mean a little heavier?
yeah.
Maybe it does need a little bit more.
I like to audition things. I like to hold them up and see how they would
I
look.
think that maybe that one, because we got this whole corner, maybe it's just corner to corner. Put
Yeah.
some more color somewhere. Because I love that pink flower down there.
Yeah.
Groovy.
You just don't know until you actually pull it
No.
up and figure out. Melissa, maybe you can look on your phone and see if anyone else has asked a question. So I think we
I
need to
will because
get on with the day.
No, I am not on that channel.
And I'm not.
I'm on the Weather Channel.
See, I'm not crazy about this part right here. So I'm just actually gonna cut it and save this for later. Just do that. Modify, because I really don't know until I actually see it if I like it or not. So I'm constantly needing to place things and move things. Like when I decorate my house, I move things around a lot.
Okay, the last comment I have is the Birkenstock one, but I see other ones flying by.
Yeah, that was from a long
So,
time ago.
Merry Christmas. Do you have a Facebook page
We
at
do.
Vintage Sin? Question mark with a heart.
Do we have
Okay, Cindy, you're probably gonna have to answer that one.
Oh, they're asking if
They're
Vintage
asking
Sin
if
has a-
Vintage Sin has
Oh,
one.
I don't know. Do you, Cindy? Let them know. Put it in the comments, girl. Get your shout out. I know her business name is Vintage Sin, so I would assume that maybe that's her Facebook page. Is it, Cindy? I don't know. Any other questions? Let me see.
Oh, mine started all the way over because it was the first one.
Oh. Okay. If you have a question, type it in again because we lost Julie and we can't see the questions. Oh, here we go. That blue is gorgeous. Looks very French inspired. Thank you. Glad you are doing better. It was so great to meet you in Zanesville. Oh, who are you? Your comment just disappeared. I met so many fun people in Zanesville. It was so cool. It was like one of the best experiences ever.
And it was fun because you said it was like a tiny town, wasn't it?
It's a really small town. So here's the thing, Melissa. Like, Zanesville is where Kelly and her family grew up. So all of her family is there. And it's like those towns that you see in the movies, like the old brick buildings.
Oh, the
And
old
there's-
Christmas movies.
Yes.
I love the Hallmark.
Like, it's even
Christmas movies.
decorated like a Hallmark movie would decorate.
Yeah.
And there's like rivers and bridges, and there's a Y bridge. There's like only 2 or 3 Y bridges in the whole United States where you go on the bridge and you can actually turn left or right on the bridge.
Oh my gosh.
And Kelly's store runs up right against a river, and there's rolling hills, and it's just amazing. It's just like this little movie set of a town. But there's so many buildings that are just abandoned, just completely gutted and sitting there empty because their town is struggling to be revitalized. They're fighting like drugs and unemployment and homeless. And so Kelly has gotten with her community, and they're really trying to bring the art into the community, and they have a farmer's market, and they have a committee of artists. And so we were kind of part of that, going to her town to teach this class. And when we went, the women, like, I heard it like 3 or 4 times. As soon as I got there, I'm like, this is so beautiful. And then as I met the people who came to the class, over 50, I heard it 3 or 4 times. Nobody ever comes to Ohio. Thank you for coming. I'm like, why wouldn't anybody come to Ohio? Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. And the first thing I thought when I saw Kelly's store, it's this big building like the one we have next door with huge windows overlooking a bridge and a river. And it's like in the best part of the town. It's like something you would kill for here, something that would go for $2 million here.
Yeah.
But there, like, there's so many buildings like that that are just sitting there waiting to be revitalized. And it's just so sad to me because there's so much potential. And Kelly's store has survived because of her Facebook and all the lives that she does.
Yeah.
And so we just really tried to encourage the women who came to get in front of the camera and connect with their community and to bring people into their shops, because that's how you compete against the big box stores. Like, you can put in your window, shop small all you want, but if you're not like connecting with them, like, you're so good at that when people come in here, you know, you make them feel welcome and you make them feel like they're part of our family. Kelly does that too. And after we left, her committee contacted her and congratulated her for bringing excitement to her town. And it just broke my heart. Like, that town should be, and you know that it can be done because you've seen Joanna Gaines do it for Waco.
Right.
And I just want, like, I feel like part of my purpose is not just to sell DIY paint, but to help my retailers.
Thank you, Debbie,
bring
for your
excitement.
advice on painting and surfaces.
Yeah, I want to help.
Yeah.
I want to help the small towns bring that excitement into their communities, and there should be places all across our country that are like Waco, Texas, where you go and you're in that state and you're like, oh, I'm going to the silos. In every single state across the United States and Canada and anywhere. And so it was just such an honor to meet the women, and the fact that they drove 3 hours or 4 hours or came from a different place. I was so touched and inspired by all of you. So thank you for coming. I'm working on, that's my next video, is I'm working on my trip. I captured my trip to Zanesville and Kelly's store and the women who came. So I didn't want to rush it because I've been sick, and I want it to be good.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it sounds amazing.
I want to do justice to
I mean,
the-
I was born in San Diego. I grew up in San Diego.
but I know you're a small town girl.
I know. I really do feel like I'm a small town girl, probably through my parents, where my mom grew up in Wisconsin and my dad grew up in, you know, the holler in Missouri and was on a farm. And, you know, I hear stories about that all the time. And yeah, I just kind of feel that. It was like in my DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that. I would love to go and visit places like that.
Wouldn't
Like,
it be-
you were on that one show, with Ty Pennington,
Right.
once, where you went. They chose people who were down that needed help.
Or do you want me to
Oh.
sit here?
They needed help,
Yeah.
and
I'm sorry. Yeah. Open,
and
right?
they were chosen by a committee, and people just went and basically built them a new home.
Yeah.
And I think that would be just so awesome. You know, the way that we are, and all of the people who follow us and know how to do different things and bring different things to the table.
I think it would be really cool if we could do something like that, but that was on a level where we could help bring awareness to the community, like communities that need, you know, they need people to come back to their communities, and they need to, like Kelly she took us up to this overlook that is her park that overlooks the whole city. And there were parents there with their kids playing ball, but there were also people on their phones selling drugs. And it's like the parents intentionally showed up there with their kids because they didn't want to just let their park go.
Right.
You know, and it's so important to fight for your community, and you can turn it around. And I would love to like see some kind of show where people go in and they're like, this is our community, this is worth coming to, these are the businesses here, these are the people here, and this is why you should support them.
Right.
And help the businesses have tools so that they sell things that people want to buy, and they have the tools to get the word out through social media. So, okay, I'm almost done with this piece.
I think that I'm just about like less is more right now.
I like it. I do feel like there needs to be a little bit more, but look, I am
Maybe
loving
a little pop of the color. I do like those little daisies.
Yeah.
Maybe something that's just gonna pop
Yeah.
off. Maybe not any more green, but just here and there, random pops.
I think this is a good stopping point for today, and
So-
then maybe we can finish it on Facebook later today if there's time. We have a lot
Right.
of orders to pack. I do want to ask Julie if there's any questions that were important that we missed, so let me go grab her.
Okay,
And,
she's opening the store.
oh,
So she was sitting here and didn't see anything. So she'll be right back. I'm gonna show you the phone number one more time. I'm gonna flip it both ways because on Facebook it's backwards. I don't know if it's the same way on YouTube. But if you need to contact us, here's the number.
Yes. All right, you guys. Julie is opening the store because we're totally running late. It is Friday the 13th. But if you want to see this piece completed, we are going to complete it, if not today,
Right.
next week on Facebook.
So hopefully around 3 o'clock we'll be on Facebook.
Yeah, follow us there. And we are going to add some more to it, definitely. Request, can Debbie do an hour on motivation and discussion dedicated to potential small town experiences? We have a plan. Like after the Ohio class, Dion and Kenise and Matt.
Like your announcement that's supposed to
It
be
might
in
have
your
something to do
video?
with that. We sat for 5 hours and we brainstormed. And we have this plan that I'm going to announce in the next edited video on Wednesday. So
I
we
can't
have a
wait.
couple
Won't that be
things coming.
awesome?
Yeah.
Just
so
a small
stay tuned
town
for
girl?
that. One of my closest friends called Gail Cook. Funny coincidence. Oh. Okay. All right. So I'm so sorry. We're having trouble reading your comments because I don't have my computer here today. But we will go back and read them after the broadcast. If you're posting a comment in the live chat, I can only answer in the comments below.
Right.
So
and
look
we'll
for
only
them
be able
down
to
there.
answer now in community, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
feed will no longer be
But next week we'll have more
able to
help.
be added to.
Stephanie
Okay.
will be back.
right.
But thank you guys.
Yeah, think about Stephanie, pray,
Yeah.
send good vibes to all of us and the store, and like a case of Lysol. So, all right,
Thank you
it was
all for
nice
being
being with you
here.
this morning.
We love you guys.
Love
Thank you for tuning in.
And thanks for the super chats.
Yes.
All right.
I think we should have chicken soup for lunch today.
Chicken soup.
Doesn't that
Yeah,
sound good?
no noodles.
Yeah, no noodles.
No gluten.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank
Sounds
you guys.
good.
We'll
All right.
see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.